Hello again, all Life Path number 6s. This is your mid-month May reading for 2019. Today we're going to do a 6-card spread and we'll be using the Guardian Angel Tarot cards. So I've already shuffled and I've already split the deck. Now all I've got to do is place the cards out on the table. So this top row is the main cards overall. These cards down the bottom will be clarifying the top cards. So here we go. So this first row here will be from the 15th to the 19th. The middle row will be from the 20th to the 26th. The last row here will be from the 27th to the end of the month on the 31st. So we'll start with these cards here. And you've got the Guardian of Emotions, which is that one there. Okay, so that says this situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. You're surrounded by those who have only the best of intentions, so you can rely on the advice you're given. Challenges will be resolved. This card also indicates a generous humanitarian and refined person whom you can completely depend on. This could be a reference to these characteristics within yourself. So whatever's going on at the moment, we'll see what the clarification card is here. And it is the 10 of action. Being that that's a 10 without me even reading it, 10s are always an end of a cycle. So whatever this card is referring to, it's an end of a cycle. So I'm just going to read the bottom. It says, you're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. Be willing to ask for help from those in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. Very much so. If you're the sort of person that gives and gives and gives and gives, and at the end of the day you have nothing left for yourself, you are giving too much. You need to give to yourself first in order to give to others. It's a very strong message with that card. But this card here with the Guardian of Emotions, it says you are surrounded by people who have only the best of intentions for you. So you can rely on the advice you're given. Challenges will be resolved. So maybe this is the challenge, that you're giving too much and not looking after yourself, especially when it comes to your emotions. Sometimes you can give to people that basically don't give back even half of what you give to them, and sometimes it's a good idea to step back and just sort of be the little, person on the outside looking in. What would you give? What advice would you give yourself or somebody else that was in this situation? But definitely your angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. So maybe it's a bit of a battle between home, family and career sort of type thing. So I'm just looking at the cards. This situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. So whatever the situation, that is coming to an end, being that this card here is a 10, it requires an emotional maturity and total trust. So you have to totally trust where the universe is leading you at the moment. The universe has seen that you're working too hard, and is giving you basically with this card a heads up that maybe it's time to step back a bit and look after yourself for a change. I'm going to go to these middle cards, and you've only got 2 major arcanas this month. This is a major arcana card, and it's number 11, Inner Strength. So this one has been coming up in the readings quite a bit. I'll read it anyway. It says, you have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there is no problem that you cannot solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. Stand strong in your convictions if the right answer to tell somebody is no. So we're going back to, these two cards are pretty similar actually. It's telling you to look at, your own situation. You do have great courage and kindness, but there's no problem that you cannot solve, as in finding someone else to take a little bit of the load off of you. The compassion you so freely give to others, you must also give to yourself. And with two of these cards coming up saying pretty much the same thing, I would say give it to yourself first before you go giving it to others. And that is a major arcana card, that one. So take the advice on the card. I will read it again. It says, you have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem that you can't solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. Stand strong in your convictions if the right answer to tell someone is no. Especially that last piece there. If the right answer is no to somebody, that you cannot help them out, or you cannot, you're taking a little bit of time out, you must say no to them, and it's okay to say no. I'm going to read the clarification card on this one now, and it is the Healer of Abundance. That one. It says, never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability to be innovative makes you destined to succeed. It might be time to expand your career, but don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person, possibly you, who is down to earth with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. So that's a pretty good clarification card. That it's kind of saying that, you still need to focus on your career, that you have, and don't forget to leave time for family. But as anything else goes, I would be saying no quite firmly. It's time for your career at the moment and family. People can come in because you're such a nurturing sort of person, and you want to help all the time. Just in those four cards, it's okay to help your family and do what you have to do for your career, but anybody else that's coming into it, I think you're probably well overdue to give them an answer of no, because there's only so much petrol in the tank, so to speak. So you need to look after yourself first, so you can look after anything and everything else. So it's quite a strong message coming up in all those cards. And I think one way that sometimes you can take a step back or a step out is to be creative. I don't know whether, depending on where you are in the world, whether you can go out in nature or see this lady. I'm only just saying that because this lady's got a lot of roses around here. Go out into a park, find some roses, just sit in nature, anything of that sort. Gardening, anything like that can actually help with your inner strength and taking some of that load off. Sometimes when we change our routines, it gives us more sort of vigour. So even if it's once a week, go and find a place to go for a walk in the bush, the forest, go and hug a tree even, you'll be surprised how doing something like that can uplift your vibration. Just being out in nature, anything like that. So I'm going to go to your last two cards here, and this one here is a Major Arcana card, and it's number 15, and it's called Choose Freedom. So I think these cards are all working in pretty well together. I'm going to read it. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that is just an illusion. You could free yourself from obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you might act upon. So, like I said, maybe you're feeling just a bit stuck, and when you shake things up a bit, do something different, different routines, anything like that, it can make a huge difference to how you feel. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked. It's blocked because you're willing to stay in the same position and not change things up a bit. Go and get a new hairstyle. Go and there's 100 different ways. Go and get a new piece of clothing. Rearrange your bedroom. Change the bed around. Change the house around. Bring some feng shui into it. There is phenomenally a lot of things out there that you can do to change. Sometimes it's not necessary, not unless you're wanting to. You can change your career or whatever, but sometimes it's just changing your environment up a bit. I'll read the clarifying card on it, which is the Six of Thought. That card there. And it reads, peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see the destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away. Allow for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. There's another option, guys. Go and visit another country. Go and visit another town. Take a few days off work. Just to sort of, recharge the batteries. Going and visiting other places, other countries, other destinations where you live, even if it's, half an hour down the road, can sometimes, just give you that boost of energy that you need. It's just something different. Your peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed. So by the end of May, you will have worked through all this. And maybe something I may have said to you might just sort of, May's sort of, if you're in the southern hemisphere, we're going into winter. There's not a lot of chances to get outside. You can get outside, of course, but it's where I live. It's a little bit cold, and although it doesn't snow, it is wet and cold. But you can still, like I said, choose to change it up a bit. Change your bedroom around. Change your style of dress. Go and get a different hairstyle. Put a hair colour through. There's a lot of different things. Go to another town and investigate what they have in the town. Go and have lunch or brunch somewhere. There's a lot of ways you can change your life up. But in doing that, peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see your destination is within sight. Sometimes when we take that step back from what we're doing day to day to day to day, and week to week to week to week, we think, we're not getting any closer to our dreams, our hopes, our manifestations, whatever you want to call it. But like they said here in the beginning, you're working too hard anyway. Sometimes when you're working too hard anyway, you fail to see the silver linings in some things. There's always silver linings, no matter what problem you have in life, and you can work through it. I definitely think you will be working through it with that card. So it's says there also, the stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. You know, just simple things in life can make you happy, and it's not for other people to make you happy. You are the only one in life that can make you happy. It's the things that you want to do, not what everybody else wants to do. So put yourself at the top of your list somewhere. That's how one way you can make yourself happy. Instead of giving to everybody else, sometimes you need to say no, and it's time for me at the moment. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope that reading has made sense to you and it's helped you for the month or the end of May. So I'll be back to do the June 2019 readings at the end of the month. So until then, take care for the rest of the month. I know that you can work through this. Anyway, I will talk to you all again in the end of June. In the end of May for June's readings. Take care all.